So, starting off would be my first instance with me understanding my race at about 4 to 5 years old. I came from a very white community in Minnesota where not very many minorities were. I was never really exposed to other races, and throughout elementary school, I never had minority teachers or peers in my grade. All I really knew were my white friends. When I become a teacher, I hope to have a diverse group of kids so they can all see that it's not what makes us different, rather, it's what makes us the same. I want to reinforce the idea of inclusivity in the classroom to limit bullying and taunting. And when I look back, I can see that my family, so me and my two brothers, were never really exposed to minority groups. And I realize this now, and I wish I could have been exposed sooner than college. And another thing that I realized was that my family was upper middle class, and me and my brothers all had pretty nice clothes growing up and a home computer, which I didn't really see as a kid. And my young brain thought that every family had one and nice clothes that everyone got to have. And like thinking back, I see now that that wasn't the case. I would go to friends' houses and expect to see a computer there to play on, but there wasn't really ever one. Well, it didn't stop me from being their friend. I was curious as to why. I could never really fully understand why others didn't have the stuff that my family had. I now see that it was our class that let us, attain those things, we were able to buy those things. And the idea of class was kind of foreign to me. I wasn't able to grasp the concept that some families have more money than others. Some, are living at like the poverty level. I couldn't really grasp that idea. And I first started understanding what it meant when I got to like middle school, high school, and it became more evident when I came to Lake City. And then in my later years in high school, we had moved to a little bit more diverse high school, but it wasn't as much as it should be. I'd say about 10% of the student body were from a minority group, and as compared to like Cannon Falls, it'd be like 2 to 5%. So at least we made some sort of jump, and the 2 to 5% is pretty outrageous if you ask me. And Lake City kind of gave me the first insight to minority groups and exchange students learning English as a secondary language. I met a lot of friends in high school going through ESL classes, and I would try to like stick my neck out and like try to help them when they like couldn't understand something. And I want this to have I want this to be emulated in my classroom. If I had like students going through ESL, I want kids to be able to understand that I want kids to be able to like try and reach a hand out to like try to help kids that are just learning for the first time or learning English and help them try to understand what they could do. And this is where like college would come in. But I'm really grateful for the inclusive and culturally diverse student body that WSU has, and being able to be exposed to other groups is a really nice breath of fresh air, and being able to learn from other people's stories and what struggles they had to go through is making me a little bit more aware of the privilege that I have, being able to use that privilege to help out them in their situations. And yeah, and that is the end of my presentation.